Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program with me, Knee-High Hobo, where we are going to try again to get into a retrograde orbit and get off to Moho. So without further ado, we'll throttle up, we'll put our SAS on, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off we go. We'll zoom out a little bit as well. Now, we have tried this a couple of times before. First thing we need to do though is try a bit of a slight rollover to get into a retrograde orbit. But yeah, we have tried this before, and one thing and another, we have been unsuccessful, whether it be because the parts have collided because we weren't going fast enough, or I've lost track of where we were and I've started spamming buttons. So there we go, that's the first solid fuel stage away. Yeah, spamming buttons and generally making a bit of a hash of everything. Now the reason that we're going retrograde, that's the second stage away, and that's first liquid stage away, and the second stage of solid fuel going. Now the reason that we're going retrograde is that you need to go retrograde if you are going to go towards the sun. It will save you fuel eventually. But also that, and also all my calculations are based on retrograde as well. So, which I will show you when we get a little bit higher. That's the solid fuel gone. So we're just going to wait for this second liquid fuel stage to disappear. Need to start getting into some of this thinner atmosphere, and the reason we've got a slight tip on there as well is so that we're beating this curvature, the natural influence of the planet, should I say. We're going to try and beat that nice and early. Let's have a little drink here. And that's that stage gone, so we're down now to the last solid fuel stage, throwing us forth quite nicely. Still seem to be struggling to get, so we're just going to roll over a little bit more. Today's libation, by the way, is Dr. Pepper, just to keep my throat a little lubricated. So there we go, that's the last of the solid fuel away, and we're now onto the, there we go, so that's it. Now we're starting to beat rotation of the planet. And we're struggling to gain altitude, and that's surely just going to be because of the goddamn weight of this thing. It is heavy, and we're still trying to punch through the atmosphere as well. Beating the rotation of the planet takes a lot of effort, as well as getting something so big up into the atmosphere. But it looks like we're starting to open out. That's good. We're just going to, I think we're going to stay on this. I'm quite happy with this course at the moment. It's opening up the orbit and we're gaining height at the same time. So hopefully we should punch through the last of this atmosphere shortly. And we're gaining speed quite well as well. But that's vertical speed. We need horizontal speed. So maybe we'll get to about 60,000. If we wait till our apoapsis reaches our target 100 kilometers, and then we'll start rolling onto our side and getting some of the horizontal legwork done as well. So that is good enough in my book. Let's flip over, and that actually coincides quite nicely with us losing this stage. Whoa, that's not where we want to be. So we'll put a little bit of thrust into it. I want to try and get this done before we lose too much speed, because we're only going to have to make that back again. Let's get That's about as close as we're ever going to need to be. And we're just going to throw this open now. Snaky wobbly. You'll notice here that I've had to do a double stack decoupler as well. Gaining speed quite nicely. Look at it coming in at the top end of 1,000 meters per second. And to get into a 100 kilometer parking orbit, what we're after there. So this is going quite well actually. I'm happy with the development of this so far. A little bit better than our first successful orbit, which was 3 or 4 episodes ago, which went a little bit wrong in the wasn't the planet transfer stage, it was trying to adjust the orbit. I double tapped one of the stages and wound up ejecting about 3 full fuel tanks, so that was a bit of a mistake on my part, to say the least. Hopefully we can atone for our sins here and get a decent orbit going. How are we looking for fuel? So we're going to burn out of this one soon, and we're going to be hitting this next stage. Would have been nice if we could have seen that through, but never mind. Now what we're also going to have to do here again, we're going to bump these round, and we're going to launch with the atomic engines at the same time to try and just get that last little burst of speed out. Don't know what we're doing over here. There we go. And so it is pushing round here, as we know from before. Does have a tendency to be a little bit slow. These engines, not the strongest in the world. But the next thing that we want to do here is that needs to go way up there. So that's those stages sorted out. So we'll just keep on this. I thought it was the top end of a couple of thousand. I guess it's not. Looks like we need sorry, top. So about. I was thinking it was about 1,900, but obviously it's not. Maybe closer to about 2,500 meters per second. So we're nearly in our parking orbit. Excellent. So we'll just grow this to about 100 meters. Just going to go ahead and point back at our trajectory. Excuse me. 8, 9, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 30, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm not going to argue the toss over that. That seems pretty decent. Now, this is a short episode at the moment, so let's just go have a look at the whole planet, the whole system rather. So there we are on Kerbal. Wow, this really hasn't worked out again. I should have checked this, but yeah, we're nowhere near where we need to be. So if this is the line here that we're going to call 0, Moho needs to be actually over here. More than anything else. So we've missed our opportunity. I'm going to abort this launch because I want to get there before Christmas, and we're not going to be able to do it. Quite simply, it was a good launch, but it was launched at the wrong time of year. Again, something I should have checked. So, if you haven't done this before, you can run to the kitchen now. You can go and grab a piece of paper, and I will show you where Moho needs to be when you launch. It's about that. So let me check that. Yeah, that's pretty much spot on. So go to the kitchen, go grab a piece of greaseproof paper, put it on your computer screen, trace this out, be careful that you don't damage your screen. But these are the two angles that you want. You want Kerbal to be here, and you want Moho to be here. And then you need to get into a 100-meter parking orbit, which is what we're going to do now. Without further ado, we're not going to mess around with this. 3, 2, 1, bang, off we go. We go straight up, just to gain a bit of momentum to start with. Okay, and then we're going to start our roll near enough straight away to start beating the turn of the planet along this line here. Okay, yeah, so if you launch any other time of year, you're just going to bump into Moho by pure luck. There is no other way to put it, really. Okay, so that's the first solid rocket gone. Just waiting for the first. That sounded like the first of the liquid stage gone, so now we're on to the second solid stage. And all they're really doing at any given point is just giving it a little bit of an extra thump. You can see our sort of strafing line at that point there. And bang, that's... oh, damn it all. So that's an aborted launch. Just spam away through all this. There we go. And right, so there you go. That would be a safe landing. But again, we're just going to hit the launch pad and just wait for the physics to catch up with us. And we're not going to mess around with these launches. We're going to get up as fast as we can, because Moho doesn't stay in the correct position for very long, as we have learnt. And throttle up. Bang, off we go. So again, we're going in with an early lean. So we're waiting firstly for the solid stage to go. And that's them gone. And now we're waiting for the first liquid stage to go. And that's that. There we go. That we start to straighten up a little bit as we just start to shed a little bit of mass. Let's grab a drink here. Okay, so we're nearly through the second solid fuel stage. Bang, off that goes. So now we're waiting for the second liquid stage to burn out. Now again, much like last time, we're not going to get too obsessed with going horizontally too quickly. Because we're trying to break we need to break this atmosphere first. That's the first thing. So that's the second liquid stage away there. bang it goes, and this is now the third and final solid fuel stage. Really making a bit more impact now that it hasn't got all that mass to fight against, and the atmosphere is thinning out a little bit. If only you could burn for longer, son, but you can't. And there we go, off that one goes. So, there we go. I think we'll just start a little bit more of a roll. As well, we'll just come down to this, I think that says 60 degree mark on the horizontal part of the nav ball. Still gaining speed pretty well. Say about 5 meters per second for a rough estimation, and it's increasing as well, which is a good thing. So again, we can probably just increase this down to the 45 degree mark now. We're a little off on our heading, but that shouldn't prove too much of a problem, really, in the long run. So we're growing quite well there, but let's just address that. Woo! So yeah, this is looking pretty good at the moment. Actually, I'm quite happy with this. And so there we go. That's shedding quite a substantial. Well, it's no more mass that we're shedding than any other occasion, but. From what we started with to now, we have disposed of quite a fair bit of weight actually, so yeah, the whole thing becomes a lot more manoeuvrable at this point. Okay, now we're on a horizontal burn, now that our apoapsis is at the height that we need it to be. So we've gained all the height that we need. The rest of it now is horizontal speed. And what a sight! In fact, I'm just thinking that we get up to here now and then we restart our burn. And we'll come back into it here. We'll go, oops, and then we need to get back onto our line, just give it a little bit of gas, as our American cousins would refer to it, and give it a good thump to finish it up. And I don't know, I kind of get the feeling that we achieved more with this orbit, this launch, than we had with the previous ones. We've managed to get a little bit more economy out of our fuel. In fact, the fact that we're actually now we've achieved an orbit and only just burnt through this stage, that says that we've increased our efficiency. Let's say again, we're going to go for about the 100 mark, and then we'll move on. Oh god, start moving ourselves into position. Start moving ourselves into position for our interplanetary stage. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, now this time as well, I'm not using the atomic engines yet, so that's going to help with our range also. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cut off. There you go. As near as, damn it, 9 meters to the 100 millimeter. So less than the width of the rocket at this stage. Sorry, I got my lip stuck on the piece of ice. I was trying to drink that a little bit more quietly, but it's wow. Okay, so what's that done for our fuel? Our breakpoint is there, so that's gone. That's gone. We have 2 tanks. Oh no, hold on. Wow, we've got loads of fuel. So we've got a decent amount of fuel to get us out of the influence of Kerbal, and then these atomic engines will easily take care of the interplanetary stage. So next thing to do then is to figure out what point we need to start our escape from Kerbal. However, I'm going to have to wrap things up very quickly so that Moho doesn't move out of our range. So I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. Please come back and find out how this goes, and you can do so by subscribing. Also, feel free to rate and comment. My name is Knee High Hobo. Hope you join me next time, and I will see you again. Goodbye.